You know what kind of sucks? You got all these talented people on YouTube and all over online that make fantasy weapons, like Michael Cthulhu or Man-at-Arms, and they've all made gunblades, but none of them make one that works. I'm not talking about one that shoots, I'm talking about like the Final Fantasy VIII type, where the charge is supposed to vibrate the blade and make it a rudimentary vibroblade. I think someone could do that. I'm not sure exactly how it would work, but I think it can be done. And I've never worked on metal before, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. So I got the basic shape drawn out. Decided to go with 5160 steel here for the blade. I didn't record me drawing the blade because that was mostly freehand. I don't know how I would have done that anyway. Aside from the straight edges, I used a unfinished cigar box guitar to do those. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to cut this off there, cut these down, cut this off, and then I can get to putting an edge on here and back here. Ignore these lines and that. Yep. Alright. Chitsu, go away. This isn't where dogs should be. Go. Hey. Inside. Chitsu. Go inside. You're going to get metal in your eye. Well, it's not the easiest thing to cut there. Oh, bud. It's going to take forever. I need more beer. Woof. Cleaning to do. Use a grinding wheel to clean up all that. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know what I'm going to do about that either. I figure I'll cut along this line and then cross that bridge after we burned it. I need another beer. I have another beer, a piss, and a cigarette. Alright, got a fresh grinding wheel in place. I'm going to try and get as much of this out as possible. General idea is if I can get it kind of roughed in, I can grind it down later. Same with that one. But who knows? I don't really have a plasma cutter. I mean, I do. I don't know how to use a plasma cutter. So instead of learning, I'm just going to do this. So I think this is about as far as I'm getting with a metal cutoff tool. I need to switch tactics, switch to a grinder, and grind down, I guess it looks more like that, grind down the rest of the bits here, get all this shit out of there, grind that around, Trying to sculpt with a metal cutoff tool just isn't good at all. It's not what it's meant for. So I'm going to use a grinding wheel. And then I'll probably use a flat disc to get the curves here. Maybe. I'll try it with a grinder. We'll see. Also, it just dawned on me the entire time I was recording here. My massive propane tank was right there. The whole time I was grinding a shit ton of metal and sending a whole bunch of sparks that way. So, don't do that. Alright, let's get this started. Glasses. So yeah, that's not too bad. It could be cleaned up. I got a flat disc for that. Now onto the bottom. First, break time. Another beer. It's a little wonky. But I'm gonna go ahead and be okay with it. Alright, here's the plan then. Poked a hole in this old slip part of a pack of rolling papers. I jam a Sharpie in there, then run it along here to get a somewhat even line. We'll see if that actually works. if I can get a grip on it. Oops. I don't need to go any further than that, but it looks like it's working for the most part until there, and I slipped off. Just flip this around. Do it on the other side. You can actually kind of see, I guess. I'll just draw the rest of that on. Oops. There we go, that looks good. It's pretty even for the most part. Just bring it in. Oops. There. Yeah. Good enough. So I need that. That goes in here. Maybe we'll have to polish this part up with like a flat disc. The rest of it looks pretty even. Well, we'll fix it in post. What are you doing?
Now, in the South, they shoot people for trying to get on their property.
Hi!
Jim, brought your presents.
Here! Hey, my screwdriver.
Heads up, everybody.
Oh, what? Good. That's pretty good. Not perfect for sure, but I never claimed to be good at this. So, yeah, there is that. That's not good. I'm gonna have to fix it later. But I'm a little drunk. I don't want to do this anymore. So I'll do it tomorrow. Or the next day. Or some other time. So I decided to make my forge out of this old beer keg I've got. And the first step to working on a beer keg is you got to depressurize it. And then you got to remove the center part here on the top. So to do that, you need those pliers, screwdriver, hammer, smaller screwdriver, and a plastic bag. That's pretty much it. Alright, so here's how I'm thinking I'm going to do this. I got this grate here, a grill grate thing, and I think I'll just trace it out, cut that to size. There. So, let's get this thing open first. Well, that's stupid, and I'm going to have to cut it off in a minute. I should definitely be wearing gloves. Maybe... So I was going to put legs on this thing, but I suck at welding too much to do it with how thin the center spears are. So it's going to be legless now. So all that's left really is filling it up with all the shit that goes in there. This needs something done about it. I just gotta drill some holes. It's not a whole lot left to do on this project. Be like so. Well, yes, 2, yes, 16, yes, dude. Humbug. I'm not. Yeah, it is. Hey, so I got this gun. Obviously I did some work to it, which I did not record, so I don't want to give anyone ideas. But I bought it all chopped up, no handle. Works for my purposes, kinda. And I finished grinding out the back of the blade here, which I just plain forgot to record. That goes in there like so. But before I can weld this together, I need to harden the blade. So I've got some oil warming up, because I'm told that you're supposed to quench at like 150 degrees or something. Got the shitty little barbecue forge all set up. So hopefully this works out pretty well. You can tell though. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before. I'll leave the gun in there. Oh, I need squeezers. and glove. Alright. So I got the shitty forge going and some oil heating up because I'm told to have the oil at 150. But I've never done this before, so I'm going to turn the camera off, and when it all heats up I'll turn it back on. One chance to get it right. That's good. I wonder how long this takes. I don't really know. So I think that went alright. I got that set in there. I guess still quenching. I don't really know how long to leave it in there, so I just kind of left it in there. Hopefully it doesn't fuck it up. Anyways, that's all for now. Next step is to stick it in the oven. I'm not going to record that because no one wants to see me standing outside my oven. So, goodbye. Okay, so now comes the most daunting task, huh? Now comes the most daunting task of the whole project, and that is welding the gun to the blade. I am not a good welder. I got a stick of 309. Got my welding set up here. Yeah. I'm told I should probably heat this up. Right now I'm just going to try tacking it on real quick. And then maybe after another beer I'll give it another go and weld the rest of it. But I'm told I need to heat it up first. I got some matte gas and I'll do that real quick. Oh, don't you break the tip off that, you asshole. Pretty much in there. Alright. Pretty tacked on to me. Shit. Definitely just want to get this done. So, turn this off. Weld's a big sticky mess. It looks like that. Now I can't see. It's like that. I'll grind it down. What's going on here? Oh! Alright, so here's the Gunblade in its current form, and finished welding the blade on for now. I gotta grind it down and build up the weld more and grind it down more and do all that, but I'm gonna fix that. Clean this up down here because the cylinder isn't gonna fit back in there properly anymore. Rub against the top, making it hard to pull the trigger. It won't rotate. Here's a funny story. So I took the cylinder out so that way when I did the welding I wouldn't fuck up the cylinder, which was a really good idea. But here's a thing I didn't think about. I can't put it back in. So I gotta drill that out so I can get that back in there, like so. But that shouldn't be too hard. I'll just drill a couple holes and then smooth it out. If I'd thought about it before welding it on, would have been even easier. I'd just take my grinder and grind a chunk out of there. But whoops. What else? I mean, I think it's looking pretty good so far. Guess I should probably mention, yeah, I totally took a decommissioned gun and welded it back together, which is probably super illegal. But without the handle on it, without the handle and the little leaf spring that when you pull the trigger it drives the hammer forward, without the leaf spring that won't fire. So it's still technically decommissioned. It's never been back in commission, and now with the blade welded on, I think maybe that I'm still in on the good side of the legal area here, because now it's certainly with no barrel and a blade where the barrel should be. I'm pretty sure this is still considered a decommissioned gun, despite me putting it back together. Kind of putting it back together. This thing's a nightmare. If you were trying to fire a bullet out of it. Also, holy crap, Smith & Wesson, I welded the shit out of all of this, and it's still, the inner bits still work. I didn't bother taking them out. I thought about it, but then I was like, nah, fuck it. And they still work. So good job, Smith & Wesson, because guns are very fragile creatures. You can sneeze hard enough at one and end up breaking things. So I'm pretty stoked about how well built this one is. Yeah, that's all for now. I gotta drill that out, weld the handle on, put the leaf spring in. Have to make a handle. I don't have a handle because they didn't include it in the package I bought from the decommissioned gun store, which, yeah, that's a bummer. But I'll weld one out here and then maybe down. How would that look? Oh, that'd be heavy. That'd be a weird way to hold it. Could do straight out. I have to look at picture of Squall's Gunblade again, which obviously that's what we're going for. Have to look at that again because see how they did it. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going for exact replica. And if I were, that'd be even harder. This was already a real bitch of a project so far, especially because I've never worked with metal before.
Shit! Almost took the toe off. Oh, that's hot.
Got the Gunblade all welded together, and all that's left to do functionally is to put that leaf spring into this little doohickey in there. So I think that'll be pretty easy, but I think a lot of things and I'm usually wrong. And so why do I start every video with so? Anyways, here's the Gunblade fully finished, well, as far as I'm going to finish it, because it's a pretty big pain in the ass to work on. You can see I never really built the weld back up. Didn't care to. Seems to hold together pretty well. Forgot to video me wrapping the handle. Got the leaf spring in well. I should have taken a video beforehand. How I got that in there is I drilled a hole in the back here, right about there, and then put a bolt through and a nut on the other side of the bolt to hold the leaf spring in place, and it curls backwards up into this area here. Push the hammer forward, which works out pretty well. I should probably stop dry firing it. Another thing I forgot to record is I took a chunk off the back here because it was looking like too big of just a slab of metal. I did that. I never polished this up because I didn't want to. And yeah, there it is. A very own Gunblade. Cheers.